It's coffee time with John and Christie. Today, I have half a cup of coffee because I've missed it so, and I feel good today. It's a beautiful day outside.
Oh, it is stunningly gorgeous outside. Like, just absolutely lovely.
How come you're almost whispering? You know, usually you're so loud and boisterous.
I have a very soft, quiet voice. You
She
guys
doesn't.
know that
She
about
doesn't.
me.
She doesn't. But we have a closing today, which we're not at. So thank you, Shirley.
Yeah. We're not allowed to be. Otherwise, we would go because we don't have anything else to really do. But we might go get tires on the car because our car has a big chunk. It looks like someone went in underneath and took a big bite of the tire.
You need to be louder.
Can you guys hear me? Let's wait. Because they heard me before when I was talking like this.
Yeah, but you don't have to be. Good morning, Katrina. How are you today? It's got to be lovely and sunny in British Columbia.
And can you hear me when I talk, Katrina?
But she never talks like this.
Does the speaker need to be on?
No, because we can't hear anything. But good morning, Shay. We see you popping in there. So you can say good morning to
my
your
little
mom.
stalker daughter.
Yes.
Good morning, sunshine. Did you get any of those pickle peanuts?
Those sounded really gross.
No, they sounded yummy.
So it's like the chocolate we have. Groovy, you talk fine.
See? Groovy.
Yeah, but yeah.
You know what?
Don't say that.
It's rained today. Oh,
I'm sorry.
It's not raining here. It is actually today is just beautiful. I'll just check the weather real quick because
I don't know why she's doing that, because it just makes the people who are trapped up there that much sadder.
It's 23 degrees with 73% humidity, so it feels like 23 degrees. And it is like it's just bright and sunny and warm, and the high is 27 today.
The one thing we know about Canadian weather, especially in the prairies, is that if it says 0, it's going to say, but it feels like -4. If it's 4, it feels like it's 0. So whatever it is, this time of year, it feels colder than what it really is.
Yes, Shay. Pickled cheese peanuts sounded yummy.
What? That doesn't sound yummy. It sounds horrible.
I disagree.
Yes, the weather is beautiful wherever you are.
And working in a greenhouse, I get it.
Yep.
I get it.
So what can we tell you that's going on here in Mexico?
Morning, Jeff.
The kids went for a walk yesterday. The police came for another matter, so they quickly hurried home, but there really was nothing to report.
Yeah.
I think it's really going to be on the other side of the highway. I don't think you're going to have many problems on this side of the highway.
Well, because they're just making sure people stay away from the beach. Although I did see on Facebook a lady that a lot of people would know went for a walk on the beach, showed her footprints on the sand, and I'm like, that just seems...
I'm jealous. I really am jealous.
Yeah. Well, I think we might actually go to Suka on Friday afternoon.
Yes, because Suka is open, as Rosemary said yesterday.
Yeah.
So we are going to go on Friday. If it's still open, they're saying they're playing it day by day.
Yeah, as long as they're allowed to stay open and they're doing all the necessary precautions. So as long as they're allowed to stay open, they're open. You just can't go on the beach, like Rosemary said. So that's fine. I mean, you get to see it, hear it, smell it. It'll be the beach.
Well, coffee.
Yeah, that makes it a little bit different.
I don't know if you can see the steam coming off of that. It's still a little hot.
It should be really hot.
It's not bad. It's really not bad.
Oh, thank you.
So yeah, but I miss it a lot. So I'd probably drink instant and be a little okay with it. Although Christie would be like,
no, I would divorce you.
She probably would.
Or smother you with a pillow.
I probably would.
I vote
You'd
that
do that
one.
anyways. I mean, you keep talking about it.
Yeah, but talking about it is one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, Rob. We saw that the other day.
And good morning to you too. So yeah, it is weird that the website says that, but
you know what? I looked at that closely because that's what I saw too, and I texted them. But what it says is 20 or 25 or whatever % off delivery and takeout only.
Which is fair. I mean,
so
that's good.
I think that maybe that's what they mean in those advertisings. That's my guess. And good morning. Hey, now that we have a few more people on, John and I are thinking on Saturday evening to do a Zoom cocktail hour, or two. So if you guys are interested, let us know. I mean,
what time works for you?
And what time works for you? Yeah.
If you're in British Columbia or Alberta, what time works? Maybe we could do a 3-hour one and start a little later. I don't know.
Yeah. So we're flexible. I mean, if y'all are busy, then that's fine. But if anybody's interested, I think we'll probably do it on Saturday. So stay tuned. We'll talk about it this week and see what day or what time exactly we're going to do it. And
yep. So who else is popped on? I'm going to pop on my shoes because my feet are
your
sore.
mama and Karina have popped in.
Hello, Karina.
Yeah.
You can talk right now, honey.
I'm just noticing that you're right, because Shay's message did not show up on this chat. So some do, some don't, because it goes from here it goes down to a few other
so what do you mean Shay's
sites.
message did not show?
It says she's watching, but her comments didn't show. But Jeff and Rob's did. Katrina's didn't either on this. Didn't show on that. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is going to 6 different feeds.
That's what I was just saying.
So you're only looking at one feed, and I think you're looking at my personal one. So if you're on Elements or Mexico Life, we see your comments here, but Christie doesn't on here. So if she doesn't announce you, you need to say hello so we can say hello to you.
Great.
Because we can't look at everything. See, there is Katrina. Good morning.
Yeah. Rob. So whatever one Rob is on, but then
he sees it. Yeah.
I'm so confused.
She's very confused. So, what else? Because there's been a few things that happened yesterday.
Oh,
you said you wished you had said something.
Yes, and then it happened again yesterday. So, because Nayarit is not selling alcohol, people are going to Jalisco and bringing back booze. Well, one carload that I saw the pictures of, this guy had a little car, like probably a little Jetta or one of those types of smaller 4-door cars. And he had his car loaded with beer. They confiscated it because he was coming across the border.
No.
Because that's not for personal use. All that beer, they were assuming he'd resale it.
That could be done in a month or two. Not really. I'm being totally crazy here.
Well, it depends on how much you drink beer. I mean, there are times where people will drink a ton of beer.
Yeah, but if you're drinking even a case a day, which would be like 24, that would be a lot. And how many cases did he have?
I don't know. I didn't count. I didn't sit there and look at the picture. And then someone else posted, because there's a young guy that is trying to keep making money for his family. So he's doing errands for people. And so he showed a picture of a bunch of alcohol bottles, and he says, "I've got your back," and blah, blah, blah. And so someone, of course, there's always those people on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Oh, why are you doing that? Oh, it's illegal. That's called bootlegging, blah, 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 blah. And so someone else had posted that they only seem to be stopping people if they can see that there is a lot of alcohol in your vehicle. We went to Costco on Sunday. We brought back only a bottle of the Kirkland Irish Cream, which I do not have in my coffee. It is just straight up black.
Mine's black too, because I shouldn't have alcohol in the morning.
Says who?
Well, I just did. That was me. I was right here.
So anyways, yeah, well, I don't know why Shay's comment showed. It showed on this main screen that we have, but it doesn't just show on my little one. So
half a cup, but it was a big cup. So it's probably like a cup of normal people's cups.
Depends on what a normal person's cup is. This, to me, is a normal person's cup.
That is, that's about half of what mine was. Or no, mine was half of what yours was.
Well, you probably had a quarter of what I have, because yours was half full. Mine is...
Woo! I'm feeling the coffee today.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, John.
Thank you.
Just make sure your rear bumper's not touching the ground.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So, what else? You said, okay, so we talked about the beer truck.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about potentially doing a cocktail hour on the weekend on Saturday.
And nobody said anything.
Yeah.
Not a single person.
You don't have to tell us today. You can talk to your best significant other, see if you guys have plans. I don't know, like, how much lockdown are you guys still in? Here, they want us, like, in our houses, not even walking on the streets until the middle of May.
I'm okay with that. So, I do want to show you, I have on our Home in Mexico website, we had somebody working on it. So it's finally been upgraded after 6 or 7 years, and it's going to be this process. So this is it here. And now you can actually go through the photos right on the main screen, which I really like this. And if you go here to our latest listings, these are the newest ones that hit the MLS. So this one here, if you go and you see, this has only been on for 1 day. So that is a good place to go. If you want to see new inventory that's hitting the MLS, go there and you will see. So what else is happening right now? Oh, there it is right there. I can see the photos.
And Jeff is saying, wish you had, Rob said that it's not like that there. But Jeff said, I wish you had a pool.
Well, this summer, I think we will have a pool this summer. So whoever comes and visited us this next winter, we will have a pool. So we may not have the casitas, but we will have the pool.
Really?
I think so.
I thought we were going to try to do them in conjunction so the pool didn't get gross. We'll have to see about that.
Because that's going to take a lot more cash.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the casitas aren't an emergency either, but it would be nice for people that, close friends. Never mind. I'm not even going to keep going.
There are plenty of places to stay when you're here, unless we like you.
That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Without saying it. So, yeah. Now, most of the folks here, they'll have a place here. So, we're good.
We're good. We're safe.
Yeah, we'll stay with you at your oceanfront condos.
Or at least come visit.
Yeah. Now, what did that mean, not like that here?
When I said that we were in lockdown, they didn't want us on the streets until...
Oh, so they can still go on the streets and do stuff there?
Apparently.
Wow. Yeah.
Is there a lot of stuff open, Rob and Jeff, and even Katrina, where you guys are, and Judy? Are there a lot of things... stores and shops and restaurants open? Is it all takeout?
I think in the Sioux.
John's beating me. See, look.
I'm not. I'm terrified of her. You know that. But yeah, I think in the Sioux, I think lots of businesses are closed, she said. So they actually had the police going out because the places were getting checked in on without the owner's permission.
Checked in on.
So... Yeah, so the
just
police
checking to see if you have anything valuable that we could protect for you.
Yes, at our home, away from your business,
or at the pawn shop.
At the pawn shop works. We go for walks around the hood, but careful with distancing.
That's only because Deb doesn't want to be seen with you, Rob. Don't kid yourself.
You get her to walk 10 feet in front of you, behind you, beside you. What do? That is one thing that we've noticed here is people are kind of rude in Mexico. When they're walking, they usually walk in the street, because our sidewalks are crazy. But also, if you've got 3 people, they could be walking 3 across. And it's just kind of like craziness that they just don't line up. They go this way. And our sidewalks are very narrow when you compare them to the neighborhoods, in Canada.
Like in Japan. Where she has to walk 10 feet behind.
Or in front. I mean, I don't know who the dominant one is in the family.
I do.
Who?
Debbie.
It's true.
Deb.
It's Rod Stewart's sister. We know that. So she was called that by somebody here, and it's the name of.
We got a kick out of that.
Yes.
So we love Deb.
We do. So you know what we should do? Really. We should go live from Suka.
Oh yeah, we could do that.
So then at least you can see some
Show
ocean.
People what else you're missing.
We can't go on the water.
I let her think that.
we can see the water, apparently.
Yeah. Well, they can't I'm pretty sure they're not going to board up the front of the restaurant so you can't see out.
Yeah. I can send the drone over and just, if I have to see it.
Get close to it. You can put the drone hover a couple feet above the water.
Yeah, I do.
As long as there's no big waves.
Yeah, well, no, I'd probably go.
Many people walk
30 meters.
on the side of the street to keep with social distancing. See, Jeff's comment didn't show up on here now.
That's very strange.
Unless it's an old one, though, right? But yeah. And then your mom said that liquor stores are essential services. That just cracks me up. Here, they've closed everything. Like, you go into the grocery stores and they've moved.
Or taped it off.
Yeah, in some, like Mega, they've moved a lot of their stuff. Sam's, the whole alcohol area is gone. Like, it's other stuff now on the shelves.
And at Costco, they've removed all of the seating and everything. So,
yeah, well, that has nothing to do with
no, but
alcohol.
now they've got stickers on the ground where you must stand, which are 6 feet apart. And then they've got a place for the condiments, etc. That's in behind a screened area. Costco has really gone overboard. But
Costco's doing really, really well.
They are.
Really well.
So you have now a place where you pay the cashier, but it's all plasticized. Like, it's got plastic.
So she doesn't have to smell your breath. I think that's really what it is.
And even in the bathrooms,
Hi, Karina.
over at the sinks, in between the soaps, they've got huge pieces of plexiglass like this to block you from the person right next to you.
Yeah.
So it's craziness, but whatever.
Well, these places are doing what they have to do so they can stay open. I mean, that's all there is to it.
I'm thinking that the people installing the plexiglass are the ones that are doing all of this terrifying.
That's right. The people that own stocks in it.
You need to get stickers. You need to get plexiglass and save the world.
I feel sorry for the people that have to try to scrape those stickers off the floor when all this is done.
And if you don't remember, at the beginning, they got rid of all of the plastic bags. And they said, you need to use those reusables. Now they're saying, don't use the reusables. Come on. This is craziness. So it is just one of those nutty things that I keep, every time I'm out and about or even just walking around. Yesterday I did 140 laps upstairs. And I'm just going, I cannot believe this is reality, that this is real all around the world for many different people. We're in our houses, trapped, whatever.
Safe.
We're safe. We're safe. We are safe. That's all I'll say about that.
Cannabis and home renovation stores are still open. Well, yeah. Of course. You wouldn't want anybody to go without their dope.
Yeah, which only in Canada, especially in Ontario, I know that, and I think Alberta too, where the government lost money selling weed. Only the government can lose money selling weed. So I've watched Narcos. Only the government can lose money selling weed.
You watch Narcos and that's how you base your truth on?
All of my politics come from Netflix. It's true. I watched Happy. Do not watch Happy. You do not need to watch Happy.
The little bits I saw of it, it's disturbing. It's a weird, weird show.
It is very disturbing. Enjoyable for me, not for her.
Because he's pretty disturbed.
It's kind of true.
I like happy shows. It's
called Happy.
Yeah, well, it wasn't
That's a
happy.
trick.
It's a lie. Trick. I started watching The Big Show. Is that the one?
Yeah, the family one.
It was kind of cute, actually. It's
kind of like a 90s ABC family type thing.
Yeah, I mean...
But with lots of social justice stuff.
The premise is the husband and wife... The husband is The Big Show. He's a wrestler, a retired wrestler.
And I don't know if he was a real wrestler or not.
He's 7 feet tall.
It looks like he might have been a real wrestler, but... I
haven't looked into it at all, but and then his 17-year-old daughter is coming to live with him and his new wife and their 2 daughters because the mother got a job in Brussels. Yeah. So then of course you expect it to be this horrible thing and she's going to hate it, but she's enjoying being with her siblings. I think we watched 2 or 3 of the little shows last night with Zach and Chiwito when they were still, because they had stayed one more night after fumigating their house for the scorpions.
How many nights were they here?
3.
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night. So,
hey, Tom. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, Tom and Willie and Diana. Hi, Diana and Terry.
So the show was very family oriented. So I watched one episode. And when I left, Christie said, turn it down. It's so loud. So I went upstairs, finished my last episode of my series, came back downstairs. It was still loud.
But I had turned it down by 20.
I can't see that because it was so loud.
He's such a liar.
I'm not a liar. It was so
We
loud.
could talk over it.
Yeah, but it was a little too sappy for me.
Deb, you missed all the fun where we talked about you. Your kitchen looks very clean. Yeah, that's the only part of the house that looks very clean. Zach and Chuita with kids and, being in smaller quarters. It's a little messy.
It is. I mean, if you saw that side of the house, you'd be like, oh my Lord, there was children there.
It's really not that
bad. It really isn't. When we had 4 kids, oh my gosh, our house was a disaster all the time.
Yeah. And I get it, and people say, oh, I can't believe how messy their house is. Well, when you've got a toddler and a baby and,
we had 4 kids.
Well, I know.
And they were all under, 5.5 years apart.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach and Spencer 5.5 years, and then we've got 2 in between. So yeah, and housework was really not my jam.
No.
I've never been a real
hi, Terry. Good morning.
Picky housekeeper. I would like a tidy house, especially now as I'm older. Like even I can see dishes in the draining tray. I'm just going to stand here so you don't have to look at them anymore. No, but I, that drives me nuts.
Thanks, Mom. That's funny. Yeah, it is just like a soap opera. It really is.
Our life is a soap opera.
Yes. But
except for we're not cheating on each other.
Yeah. Not yet. I would never do that because I've already said I'm scared of her. And I'm also over 50 now. Oh my God, it hurts to say that. I cannot believe
it sure didn't hurt to say it when you were telling me I was over 50 and everybody else that I was over 50.
It was true. Yeah. So yeah, the 50th birthday was spectacular, but this 50 thing, there's no going back. It's not like the odometer. We found out in our truck, our Suburban, which we had bought off of somebody else who did not probably know. But when we bought it, it had 97,000 kilometers. And we found out that somebody had switched the odometer and it had gone back with it. So somehow he said that there's 2 different odometers.
Because of the transmission.
Yeah, the
transmission. So we had to get our transmission rebuilt because John doesn't know how to drive and he blew the transmission just like that. It's like practically the first time he drove it.
If it was like 6 years later or 5 years later. So yeah.
I need to get a refill. I'll be right back.
So yeah, we found out that somehow somebody did that, and we don't know how. But there's 2 different tracks, and the transmission had already been rebuilt, and it was craziness. And there was a crack in the radiator, so stuff was leaking into some places, and that's ultimately it heated up so much the transmission fluid that it lost all friction, so it just would not switch. Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
Yeah. So then, of course, because of the heat. Anyways,
how much was it to get the transmission fixed?
The transmission itself to get it rebuilt, I think. Let me just check because he did a few other things, and it
was a crazy cheap price. I mean, we probably could have got it cheaper had we looked around, but
no, he did look around.
Oh, okay, so it went to Peak. So they pulled the transmission out, sent it to Tabique to be rebuilt.
So the transmission to rebuild a transmission on a Suburban was only 8,000 pesos.
Which in this world is like $370, $350.
US. These are all Canadians.
That's true. So maybe 500 Canadian.
He had to replace the radiator and then do all new transmission fluid, etc. Oh, sorry, was I blocking the microphone?
She was blocking the microphone.
Anyways, we're pretty happy with all the stuff that they did. This was our friend Luis that him and his guys did it. And thanks, Deb.
Thank you, Dad.
So I'm very happy. And both the car we've had work done, some work done on both of the vehicles. Suspension and that kind of stuff done with actually our daughter-in-law's, well, you guys all know Chuita's sister and brother-in-law.
husband.
So they did a bunch of work, and then the transmission went on the Suburban, so we couldn't drive it into town. So we had to get it done locally. So we talked to Luis, and he offered to look around for us and because he's trying to keep his boys working too. All the guys that work for him. So he is doing things, and the prices he did a bunch of suspension stuff on the car. I had a leak in my power steering on the car. So all of that stuff is done, and it's all driving like new. So now when things change up and we can buy a new vehicle, I'll feel a lot better selling.
We were just steps away, just like
we were. But you know what?
It
was going to be the wrong vehicle. I've decided.
Yeah, she wants a big pickup truck. I'm like, a Ranger is fantastic. And I found out the diesel engine on the Ranger, it works on biodiesel.
That's okay. It's like a little baby truck. It would be like 4 to 5 times. I know, actually. Oh, and Heather Davies. Hi, Heather. I told Spencer about the price that they charged us for the transmission. He's like, wow, Mom, that's amazing.
Yep.
So
we do like getting our vehicles fixed, although I think a new vehicle would be great, just so we don't have problems for the time that they give you. But you have to pay cash here. And the only way it can be written off as a business expense is if it's over 170,000 pesos, which is nothing. It's like 10,000.
Well, right now it's
Canadian.
about 10,000, a little less than 10,000 Canadian.
And you can only write that off, period, which is why Telmex and those people use these tiny little cars.
Unless
as
you're an
their
actual
vehicles.
Transportation company, is my understanding. We really haven't been able to get a solid answer on
Even
that.
our
But
accountant, who's really good, is really crazy.
in our circumstances, with the type of corporation that we have, we are a real estate company. We are not a transportation company, so we cannot write off. And it's so funny because we don't want to show property in a Sprint or a
Imagine bigger people are kind of.
So we need to get a bigger vehicle, and John and I like bigger vehicles. And so the only thing, as he was saying, the only thing that can be written off amortized over 4 years is a pickup truck. So I'm thinking I want at least a Ford F-150, if not a 250. We'll get a big full-size truck with all the bells and whistles and get a back put on. What are those little covers for the back? I don't know what they're called. I knew what it was. Pickup truck with chairs. And all those dang topes. No kidding. Which is why suspension, you're doing it every 6 months on your vehicles, especially on our roads here.
Yes.
Not only topes, but just.
That is one thing that will be really good living here, is just in a pickup truck and just driving straight on through.
Well, John needs to still learn how to drive a little slower on bumpy roads. He's not really good at it.
Yeah, but look how much new suspension is, or replaced suspension is. It's nothing.
But then it's the pain in the ass factor. Did I say that on national television?
Both vehicles. So we're about to get a new vehicle just to get rid of the other ones. And then we decide not to buy it, and then both vehicles go. So
and
it's
Joanne,
crazy.
hi. Well, Rob, you are commenting that maybe we could put chairs in the back. I'll let you be the first person that I take in there, maybe like in August or September, and you tell me how much you like sitting in the back of the truck.
We'll get a recliner, though. It's not going to be the up and down. It'll be the recliner. So that way you'll really enjoy your time back there.
Yeah, no. So that's kind of where we're at now. I mean, things could change. They do with us quite frequently.
Yes, especially if she wants a pool.
Don't go there.
Yeah, but if we can sell one
Thanks,
or two
Linda.
places here very soon, we're good.
John is on to something.
Yes.
The recliner? Is that what you're talking, Rob?
Thank you, Linda. Yes, I am onto something as far as the recliner goes. Maybe we could get a hammock built. Get 2 poles at the end, and then we can have 2 hammocks. That would be fantastic. Hammocks in the back of a pickup truck. That would be, I've never seen that before. It'd be like the Mexican Beverly Hillbillies.
And Dad, yes, you get to sit with me in the front. Rob and John can go sit in the back in the hammocks.
It'll be a hammock. It's fantastic.
Yeah. No,
And a cooler. Yes, and a cooler. And we'll open it and just sit over top of it and just allow it to.
No. It has to stay cold to keep our drinks cold, right, Dad? We got to keep our margaritas cold.
Yeah. All right. So I think. How do I? Oh,
do they have such a thing as chiller cup holders? Because we could do that. Keep our drinks cold right in the cup holders.
I don't think they sell stuff with Mexico that has too high a trim. I think we can get like an F-250, but there is no F-350s in Mexico. And then on the F-250, they've got different trims, and the platinum trim is where things get kick butt. I don't know if they have coolers for cups in there. I know that sometimes they have coolers. And Deb says, absolutely. Thanks, Deb. So that's good that we can get those cooler cup things.
No. That's not what she's saying. We can have you guys have to keep the cooler shut, right? That's what we're talking, Deb. Keep the cooler shut so we can keep our drinks cold.
No, she says, yes, they have those cup holders.
Oh, have to look for those. Yeah, well, let's see. Even if I had to get one that's an aftermarket that I plug into the lighter, I'm okay because we don't drink. I mean, smoke. To drink. I just read Rob said drink faster.
Yes, we will.
And I think that I drink fast enough, generally speaking.
She does. Because she doesn't like her drink to be warm, so that's why she'll it's done.
Well, that's what ice is for.
Yes, that's what Christie says. Yes.
What Christie says.
I
know I'm right, Deb. I know it is. I know I am.
Okay, I think we are done for today.
Well, this is fun. So please, later on, when you guys think about it a little bit, let us know if you'd like to do a Zoom chat on Saturday.
And what hours work for you?
Yeah.
So kind of if it's 7, 8, or 9 your time, let us know because then we can kind of work everything around here. Because I don't know how many people actually are in our time zone. I think most are an hour behind or 2.
Yeah. So, and we're pretty flexible because there's not much else to do.
Nope, not at all. So everybody have a fantastic day. Be kind to one another.
Thanks for messing with us this morning, you guys.
Thank you for checking in with us. And we will see you as the world turns tomorrow, Mom. Thanks, guys.